Imagine being in love with someone who knows all your secrets, your fears, your darkest thoughts, and then, one day, they discover something they were never meant to know. In the quiet town of Ohio, a seemingly perfect couple is torn apart by a chilling mystery, one that ends in murder. But what if the killer wasn't really the one in control? This is the true, horrifying tale of Jason and Emily, a love story that went tragically wrong and left a question that still haunts everyone to this day. Who really pulled the strings? The last text. In a quiet town in Ohio, Jason and Emily were the perfectas, the envy of everyone around them. They'd been inseparable since the first day they met. But as senior year approached, things started to change. Jason became distant, his usually warm demeanor cold and calculating. Emily noticed, but brushed it off as stress from their impending graduation. One night, Emily received a chilling text from Jason. "We need to talk. Meet me at the old bridge at midnight." The old bridge was an abandoned spot on the outskirts of town, a place no one dared to go after dark. Despite a gnawing feeling in her gut, Emily trusted Jason. She thought it was just a rough patch and they would work it out, like they always did. At exactly midnight, Emily arrived at the bridge. The air was thick with tension. She could see Jason standing at the edge, his back turned to her, staring into the dark water below. "Jason?" she called softly, stepping closer. "What's going on?" Jason turned to face her, his eyes hollow, as if he'd been consumed by something far beyond her understanding. His face was a mask of confusion and anger, emotions battling for control. "You don't understand, Emily," he muttered, stepping toward her. "You were never supposed to know." "Know what?" "Jason, you're scaring me," Emily said, her voice trembling. She reached for his hand, but he recoiled as if her touch burned him. Jason's hands shook violently as he pulled a folded piece of paper from his pocket and threw it at her feet. "Read it," he whispered. Emily unfolded the paper, her eyes scanning the scribbled words. "She knows. You have no choice." The message made no sense. "Jason, what is this? Who sent this?" Jason's face twisted with torment, and suddenly his eyes filled with tears. "It's not me. I didn't want this, but I have no choice." Before Emily could react, Jason lunged at her, shoving her toward the edge of the bridge. She stumbled, grabbing the railing to keep from falling. Panic surged through her as she tried to understand what was happening. "Jason, stop!" she cried, desperately trying to pull away, but his grip tightened around her neck. His expression shifted from sorrow to something far more sinister. Blank, cold, inhuman. Emily gasped for breath, her vision blurring, and in her final moments she whispered his name, begging him to stop. Suddenly, Jason let go, and Emily fell into the dark, icy waters below, her scream fading into the night. Jason stood at the edge, staring down at the swirling river. His mind was blank, his emotions numb. He didn't move for hours, frozen in place by the horrific weight of what he had done. The next morning, Jason was found by the police, sitting at the edge of the bridge, unresponsive, soaked to the bone, and staring at nothing. Emily's body was never recovered, but Jason confessed to everything. He didn't explain why he killed her, only repeating, "She knew. She knew too much." In court, the story took a strange twist when Jason's defense lawyer revealed a string of disturbing texts from Emily's phone, sent just hours before her death. They were messages Jason had never seen, and they all said the same thing: "I know." The courtroom fell silent as the final piece of evidence was revealed. A blood-stained note found in Jason's pocket the night of the murder. It read, "You have no choice." The handwriting wasn't Jason's. It wasn't Emily's either. No one knows who or what sent the messages. But one thing was clear, something far more terrifying than Jason had orchestrated the murder. And now, every year on the anniversary of her death, local Locals say they see a figure standing on the old bridge at midnight, staring down into the water. Some claim it's Emily, waiting for the truth to be revealed. But others, they say it's Jason, still haunted by the question, who really killed Emily? And the most chilling part, the last text on Emily's phone was sent after her death. Do visit again.